On November 8th, 2023, the third Republican debate was held. Here were some of the things that stood out to me.
Netanyahu to do? Would you consider a humanitarian pause, for example?
The first thing I said to him when it happened was I said, finish them. Finish them.
This is a topic I shouldn't even talk about, because whatever I say will have no impact. But what I will say is this. We have not learned our lesson from World War I. When you try to break people's spirits, it only leads to more extremists rising up and seizing power.
CEO, the economic question is core to my vision and policy prescription for this country. Increase the supply of everything. It's the law of supplies and demand. Increase the supply of housing. People don't talk about.
Yes, in theory, increasing supply should lower prices. But he took out the profit motive out of the equation. Do you believe corporations are going to increase supply on their own and make less profit? Of course they won't. Their only goal is to make more money. Same with building houses. You need property groups to invest in building new homes instead of apartments, which has been more lucrative for these groups to do. Instead, you would need the government to step in like we did in the 50s to build new houses and regulate food costs.
Americans could see their Social Security benefits drastically cut in the next decade because the program is running out of money.
Those that have been promised should keep it. But for like my kids in their 20s, you go and you say, we're going to change the rules. You change.
And can you give me a specific age? Have you determined the age?
Again, you have to work with Chris. What I can tell you is it's going to be those in their 20s just coming into the system, and it should reflect more of life expectancy. It doesn't do that now.
All right.
They finally talked about Social Security because the fund is headed towards insolvency. They danced around what the new age of retirement would be. Chris Christie came so close to saying what we actually need to do to fund this program.
The fact is, on Social Security, remember why it was established. It was established as a safety net program to make sure that no one would grow old in this country in poverty. That's what we got to get back to. Rich people should not be collecting Social Security.
Governor.
Yet he too wants to raise the age. Right now we sit at 67 to receive Social Security. That would be insane to try and increase it. I'm an electrician, and there is no possible way I can work to 67, let alone 70, which has been floated as the adjustment age. Instead, we should raise taxes on the wealthy to fund this program. In 1934, when it was established, the top tax rate was 63%. We are at 37%. What did you think would happen to our revenue when we cut it in half? The rest of the debate went pretty much how it usually goes. Candidates got in some sound bites, talked about the border, they talked about Trump, they talked about how the national debt is crushing America, and the referendum on abortion. If you had anything that stood out to you, let me know in the comments.
A better job on these referenda. I think of all the stuff that's happened to the pro-life cause, they have been caught flat-footed on these referenda, and they have been losing the referenda. A lot of the people who are voting for the referenda are Republicans.